And we will start with Rory. Go ahead, Rory. Or David Charles, actually, who's on the call. Go ahead, David. I think.
Thanks, Danny. Can you hear us all right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, no problem.
Good stuff. Thanks for your time, Joe. Given how the day started, with yourselves as marginal favourites, maybe for the win, I mean, is this a bit of a bitter pill to swallow?
Absolutely, yeah. But I think even after that first hour, I felt like we were in command of the game, we were in control of things. And I think a lot falls on my shoulders. You know, as captain, tactically, I think I've done things slightly differently, given the time again. May have gone about things slightly differently. But, you know, I think from a bowling perspective throughout this game, we put everything into it. They performed very well for large periods of that second innings. They were outstanding. And, it's just disappointing that we didn't manage to close out that innings how we could have.
Was the partnership between Shami and Bumrah the pivotal moment of the game, do you think? Yeah,
I think it was, without question. You know, as I said, tactically, I don't think I dealt with that well enough as captain. And, you know, off the back of it, put us in a difficult position. So, as I said, a lot falls on my shoulders in that respect.
And just finally, how do you assess the batting? You know, would you have expected yourselves to or would you have backed yourself to see out the last two sessions?
Yeah, no, absolutely expected us to. And it's disappointing that we didn't manage to. Credit to India, they exploited that. And I don't think there's any hiding from it. We do need to get better. We need to score heavier. And but you know, the guys all know that they're working extremely hard, and there's a lot of cricket still to be played in this series. 3 matches, a lot can happen within 3 games. We found ourselves in positions like this before in a series, and we've come out on top. So it's really important that we look at certain areas of this game that we've done very well. We learn from some of the mistakes that we've made, and we turn up to Headingley ready to go and win that game and get ourselves right back in this series.
Lovely. Thanks very much.
Okay, let's go to Stefan, BBC. Go ahead.
Hi, Joe. I know the match has only just finished, but can you sum up how maybe you personally are feeling? Are you angry? Are you disappointed? Are you frustrated? Are you all of those things?
I think I feel exactly the same as every single player in that dressing room. I think there's a missed opportunity there that we could have gone and won this game. They're still very raw right now. I think it's really important that we take this week that we've got and we look to come back refreshed and ready to go again at Headingley. So it's, I think more than anything, we just need to stay calm and not time to panic, and make sure that we're in a really good frame of mind when we turn up to Leeds.
I know you just said that you're taking some of the responsibility for what happened this morning with the captaincy, but you're already taking a lot of responsibility with what you're having to do with the bat as well. That is a lot to take on. Do the two bleed into each other?
No, I don't think so. You know, I'm an experienced captain now. You know, I played a lot of Test cricket as a batter. I'm at a very different point in my career to a lot of the other guys. And when you talk about batting, it's a collective. You know, there have been plenty of occasions throughout my career where others have carried me through games and scored heavier than I have. And we've just got to keep being better at building those big partnerships. You know, we did it well for periods in this game in the first innings. Me and Johnny put on a big 100 partnership. There's a good partnership between me and Mo and a couple of others as well. We just need to do those for longer and be better at making those really count. And when we get something going between two players, we've got to really make it last and be probably a little bit better at starting our innings as well, finding a way into the match with the bat.
Cheers, Joe. Thanks very much.
Okay, we'll go John Etheridge and then Dean Wilson. Go ahead, John.
Joe, would you be able to elaborate just a little bit on how you would have done things differently?
Well, I think I want to probably look back at it and look at some of the field placings, the way that we bowled at them. I think maybe could have looked at attacking the stumps a little bit more frequently, using the short ball as more of a surprise. So yeah, I think as well, like I say, you've got to give them a bit of credit. They scored in some very unusual areas, make it hard to set certain fields or conventional fields, and you're trying to manage taking wickets and not letting the game unravel and get away from you. So I just maybe would have taken a little bit more time and probably brought more modes of dismissal into the game sooner.
Was there an element of sort of payback for Bumrah for the fairly bold to Jimmy on Saturday evening?
No, I don't think so. No, I think at the stage of the game that we're at, you're just trying to find any way of getting something out of the wicket. When the ball got a little bit softer, it didn't seem to move as much laterally as it did with a newer ball, and probably just underestimated what it, challenging a lower orders defence, how useful that can be. So I say a lot falls on my shoulders on how today.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Dean.
Yeah, hi Joe. What's it like competing opposite Virat Kohli when he's obviously in such a, I guess, animated mode, really pushing and cajoling his team the way that he does? I mean, is that something that your team kind of has to learn to deal with, and can you sense how that really inspires the Indian team to do the things that they do?
Yeah, I mean, Virat's got his style and his way of doing things, and it's probably contrasting to the way I naturally play my cricket. But I think everyone's got their own styles and their own ways of doing things. And I think as well, India have been a very good side for a long period of time. I think we're in a slightly different position. We're trying to get to where they are, and we need to keep finding ways of improving and getting better. And for 4 days of this game, I think we played some really good cricket. It was disappointing to find ourselves in this position now after a pretty average day. So we just need to be better for longer. And that's pretty much how I see it.
I mean, Virat specifically pointedly said a couple of times that kind of the way that things happened out on the field really fired up his team, that really charged them up. Obviously the way that you guys really went at Bumrah and Shami trying to get them out. Do you think that maybe as a team you got sucked into that style of play, and would you try to avoid it maybe going forward, or do you think that's part and parcel of the contest against India?
I think that fair play to Virat and his team. They've jumped on something that's emotionally felt like it's given them an edge and something to cling on to. I think, like I mentioned earlier, tactically, if you find yourself in a similar situation, would you do things differently? Potentially, yeah, I would have in this occasion on a different wicket and a different situation. It might be different again. I think it's important for me to look at things logically, not get sucked into a sideshow. Look at the cricket and make sure doing everything we can to take those last 3 wickets. If we find ourselves in a similar situation.
And just finally from me, did you think while Joss and Mo were batting together a little bit there that they might just see you home? Are you sort of slightly gutted that didn't work out that way?
Yeah, I thought they played very well for that period of time. I know it was going to take a couple of very good balls to get India back into the game. That was again the case. Thought Mo got a very good delivery there, and it again was quite a big turning point in that period of the game and today.
Thanks.
Okay, last question will go to Emma John. Go ahead, Emma.
Hi, Joe. I just wondered if, given COVID protocols and the fact that the teams don't get to socialise, whether that means when things do blow up on the field, there's not so much opportunity for teams to for players to make it up and smooth things over with each other.
It's hard to really say. I don't think there's any real hatred there between anyone out there on the field. I think, as I say, I think India as a side grabbed onto something and used that to their advantage on this occasion. And as far as I'm concerned, there's I don't think there's any nastiness there or hatred there between the two teams.
Okay, I think we're done. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.